You just landed the ideal promotion, or spent a perfectly stable weekend. But as you lie in bed, you don't feel happy. You feel a cold vibration of dread. Your shoulders tighten. Your mind demands an emergency exit. You call this self-sabotage. Your nervous system calls it a predictive defense. Your brain isn't actually allergic to happiness. It's just terrified of the suspense that comes with it. Let's try to dissect the hidden anatomy of your controlled burn. This underlying friction happens because of a mechanism called identity-reality dissonance, the violent psychological clash that occurs when your external success violently conflicts with your internal map. If your nervous system was calibrated in early life to survive chaos, performance fatigue, or conditional approval, your internal baseline becomes hyper-vigilance. To a brain wired this way, peace does not feel like rest. It registers as a dangerous state of lowered defenses, a trap. Your subconscious interprets the peak of success as an exposed precipice where you simply have too much to lose. To resolve this tension, it executes a predictive defense. Your mind acts as a protective arsonist, lighting a controlled burn. Choosing a familiar, self-inflicted failure feels infinitely safer than waiting for an unpredictable ambush you can't control. Which leads to a strange, dark paradox. The exact millisecond your life crashes, your body finally feels calm. This default loop dictates your life through a pattern called elite survivor syndrome. When the wreckage of an external crisis finally clears, the sudden stillness doesn't feel like peace. It registers as an invisible threat. You feel functionally unemployed as a survivor, prompting your subconscious to manufacture a crisis just to give yourself a familiar job to perform. You see this in the professional freeze. The morning after landing a major creative contract or a long-awaited promotion, you hit an invisible wall of paralyzing procrastination. You leave high-stakes emails unread or delay a critical deadline, forcing an administrative emergency that returns you to the high-pressure baseline you actually trust. The compounding tax of this defense is exhausting. You are trapped in a cycle of building beautiful paths, only to burn them down to feel safe. And breaking this has nothing to do with learning to believe in yourself more. To interrupt this loop, you don't need a massive lifestyle overhaul. You need a structural, micro-interception protocol to break the automation of your nervous system in real time. First, execute the 10-second peak anchor. The moment a professional victory lands or a relationship feels safe, your body will vibrate with panic. Do not alter your to-do list, do not pick a fight, and do not obsess over a minor flaw. Sit completely still for 10 seconds, look at the discomfort, and say out loud, "This is the suspense of success, not an incoming threat." Second, label your arson blueprint. Recognize the exact, predictable tools your subconscious deploys to force a low, like leaving vital emails unread or impulse spending. When the urge to burn it down rises, state directly, "I recognize this tool. I am trying to ruin this myself to avoid an unexpected ambush. Today, I let the structure stand." You aren't curing your hypervigilance today. You are just splitting the automation open. When you stop fighting the somatic panic of things going right, the internal narrative shifts. You begin to understand that your urge to ruin what is good is not a character flaw. It is an old, highly organized survival simulation. Your body wasn't trying to destroy your happiness. It was trying to protect you from the terrifying weight of waiting for a disaster. But peace is not a setup, and stability is not an ambush. Your protective arsonist didn't develop to burn your life down. It developed to keep you safe when chaos was the only map you had. Now that you can read the architecture of the loop, you no longer need to hold the match.